Probably. It says abort.
Okay.
That's what it says. Hmm. You have to get on here.
Miss Leota, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can.
Good, good.
Hello. You look beautiful. I'll sit in the back. I didn't want to talk. Right now with Tina in person. I think everybody has to get a picture. Hello. Okay.
So she has the wired mic, and I'll get you a wireless.
Okay. Hopefully I won't need it. It's gonna be on.
Zach, do I have any slack on this? Oh, man, we can get that. That's okay.
Yeah, but all your other cords are over.
Okay,
So.
we're good. We're good. Valentina, will that reach to you by chance? That should work.
Okay. Is it on already? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Right now, everything's muted. You hit this one button once. That light turns green and you're on. Then you mute it again, set it up, turn it around.
Even though it's still green right here, one red light.
Yeah, well, yeah. Light there.
All right. Thank you. Sarah wanted to bring my laptop in. Do we have Wi-Fi? Yes, and IT's are here. They come on. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi here. What's that? What's that?
That's what we used to do.
Well, because you can never get Wi-Fi out here, and then sometimes if you got too many people on it, then it drags it down. And with this, I just didn't want to make it worse. But it's okay. But it's how many people are on Yeah.
Certain section of our title,
Yeah.
you have to scroll through it.
Yeah.
Well, then try to get that.
Well, that's
All that takes is when you're doing the title, is have to that title, you know, tap on that title, goes right through it.
That would be amazing, if we've done that before.
We actually used to have it that way. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
How long have you been secretary?
Since September 2018.
Did I was hard, Joe?
Not really all that long, but you seem to like know where everything is.
Well, I had to figure it out because they didn't. Whenever I got here, they only had temporary. So a lot of the
Okay, it's 1 minute after the hour of 10 o'clock a.m. on this March 5th of 2022. Let's have everyone's attention here and the council. So I call to order this March quarterly meeting of March 5th, 2022. Ask the secretary to call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Here.
Anthony Conley,
Here.
John Narcomi.
Sorry. Sindoc, which I hate, you know. So do you guys still want me to sit on the general council meetings?
John
No,
Narcomi.
not really. They said we'll let you know, and they said it was an as needed. Yeah. I wanna,
Rena Tiger,
Here.
Anastasia Pittman,
Here.
Terry Edwards,
Here.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Here.
Leon Petit,
Here.
Joseph Billy,
Here.
Delois Harjo,
Here.
Karen Fulbright, Ann Borba,
Here.
Stephanie Lambert, Sina Yesla,
Here.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Here.
Ella Coleman,
Here.
Shirley Watkins,
Here.
Tiffany Thomas,
Here.
Natalie Harjo, Natalie Harjo,
Secretary, I ask that Representative Harjo be excused from today's meeting.
That's noted. Thank you, Representative.
Mado.
Catherine McCoy,
Here.
Charlie Hill,
Here.
Tiffany Cully, Tiffany Cully,
Here.
Danita Harjo, Danita Harjo,
Here. Here.
Willis Dethridge,
Here.
Desiree Emerton,
Here.
I have a count of 25 present, 3 absent.
With a count of 25 present and 3 absent, I declare that we do have a quorum, and we're in session of this March quarterly meeting of 2022. Mr. Dethridge, would you lead us in prayer this morning? Amen. Reading of the minutes of the last meetings, and we're looking at November the 4th of 2021, November 18th of 2021, and the quarterly December meeting of December 4th of 2021. What is the council desire to do with the minutes? Has everybody read them? Representative Fulbright? Is that each and every one of the minutes together? There's been a motion on the floor to approve the minutes of the meetings that were mentioned, November 4th, 2021, November 18th, 2021, and December 4th of 2021. And is there a second?
I second.
And that second came from Representative Coleman. Secretary, call the roll. This is for the approval of the minutes.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkamy, Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards, Nancy
Yes.
Fixico. Yes. I heard somebody else. I heard you.
John Narcomi, yep. My mute was on.
Oh, okay.
You also heard Terry Edwards.
He's here in person.
Yes, he's here in person.
Ida Gonzalez? Yes. Tamara Downey?
Abstain.
Leon Petit?
Abstain.
Joseph Billy?
Yes.
Delois Harjo?
Yes.
Karen Fulbright? Ann Borba?
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert?
Yes.
Sina Yesla?
Yes.
Lottie Cootie? Andrea Scraper?
Yes.
Ella Coleman?
Yes.
Shirley Watkins?
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas?
Abstain.
Catherine McCoy? Catherine McCoy?
Abstain.
Charlie Hill?
Abstain.
Tiffany Cully?
Yes.
Danita Harjo? Danita Harjo?
Yes.
Willis Stephens?
Yes.
Yes.
Desiree Emerton? Desiree Emerton? I have a count of 21 yes, 0 no, 5 abstentions.
With a count of 21 yes, 0 no, and 5 abstentions, I declare that all 3 of those minutes have been approved. We're in unfinished business. Is that a typo? It says tribal ordinance. It should
Oh
be.
yeah, it's supposed to be TR, I'm sorry.
Okay. And unfinished business, it appears on the agenda at TO, but it should be a R. Tribal Resolution 2022-11, Tribal Resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, approving an appropriation of the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA, funds of 2021 to the Seminole ARPA budget justification and proposed budget request. Do I entertain a motion to that effect?
I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion approved by Representative Gonzalez. We're seconded by Representative Fulbright. We're in discussion. There's no discussion. Secretary, call the roll.
Leota Sampson?
No.
Anthony Conley?
No.
John Narcomi?
Abstain.
Rena Tiger?
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman?
Yes.
Terry Edwards? Nancy Fixico?
Yes.
Ida Gonzalez?
Yes.
Tamara Downey?
No.
Leon Petit? Leon Petit?
No.
Joseph Billy?
No.
Delois Harjo? Delois Harjo?
No.
Karen Fulbright. Ann Borba.
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert.
Yes.
Sina Yesla.
Yes.
Lottie Cootie. Andrea Scraper.
No.
Ella Coleman.
Yes.
Shirley Watkins.
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas.
Abstain.
Catherine McCoy. Catherine McCoy. Catherine McCoy. Charlie Hill. Charlie Hill. Tiffany Cully.
Abstain.
Danita Harjo.
Abstain.
Willis Dethridge.
Yes.
Yeah, what? Hold on.
Who was that? Oh, she said the moderator has everyone muted. That's what Catherine McCoy just said. Is it still showing muted?
It shows muted, but we don't have her muted. Representative
Hello?
McCoy, there you go, Desiree. But
Okay.
Representative McCoy, can you unmute yourself? It doesn't show that you're muted on this side. I don't see her now.
She's not on there. Maybe she's lost.
Like our connection's not there or something.
Oh, there she is. Can you?
Okay.
Sorry, we're having technical difficulties, I guess. I vote no,
Okay.
and Dad's here as well. Dad?
That'd be Charlie Hill, no.
Okay.
Thanks.
Desiree Emerton.
I'm sorry, which one are we on? I got disconnected.
This is the unfinished business that was tabled, TR 2022-11.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Okay, I have a count of 12 yes, 10 no, 5 abstentions.
With a count of 12 yes, 10 no, and 5 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-11 to have passed. We are now in the reports of committees, but prior to going to some of the committees that the council wants to hear from, we do have the princesses that are present this morning. And if there's no objection at this time, we'll go ahead and have them come up first. They do have a full agenda today, as well as a fundraiser later on this evening. So if there's no objection by the tribal council, then we'll invite the princesses up at this moment. Okay, there's no objections. princesses and committee. You can come with them as well, existing committee. Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
We'll never know about tomorrow at the next minute, but God bless us all. Madojigajus, I hope that all heard what I said. And, you know, with the mask, it does kind of put a hindrance in sticking out like we're supposed to. But for protection, it's the best. So anyway, I will introduce the princesses. We have Gracelina, Alina, and I'll let them introduce themselves and let them tell you what they've been doing in the past few months. Ado.
Hinche stango Grestenialina Chahaja Pudos, Yabifega is the Jadi Hoja Pudos. Mahagajugo Seminole State College Iados, Palin Ostabukagandos. Hello, I'm Grace Danielina. I am the 19-year-old daughter of Manuel Margilina. I attend Seminole State College, and I am of the Tallahassee Band and the Bird Clan. Hinche stango Chahaja Pudos, mine is very Sirowaika. Moment Palin. Akibo Bukagan, Mo Amadala Casadores, Amalagata, Tesakia Harjaban. Mahaga Jugu, Conwell High School, Medell. Hello, my name is Mina Azari Soto White Killer. I'm 15 years old. I'm part of the Tiger Clan and a member of the Tesakia Harjo Band. And I go to Conwell High School. And I'm the 2021-2022 Junior Miss Seminole Nation.
Those are our princes for the following year. And it's been really difficult. But, you know, a lot of the events were held outside, and if they had to go inside, you know, pretty little mask was all with them. And so we continue to strive to represent our nation. Also, I have Dina Langford and Bert Barton. But anyway, we are the committee. And, you know, I can't say it's difficult, but when you work together, things work out. So we continue to, you know, carry the committee, the princesses. You know, we do need that, you know, we know the precaution and the safety as we gather together. And, you know, a lot of times we have to watch ourselves and other people. But we tend to carry on. And I thank the parents of these two girls that has supported the committee. And, you know, they have ideals. Me and Regina's didn't know because, you know, our ideals are old. So it's time to step up and have good ideas in carrying on. So we kind of let the mothers, you know, do that role. So I am very thankful that they're able to get up and go. But anyway, this is our committee for the 2021 and 22. So if there's any questions, don't ask me, but I'll try to answer as necessary. Madojigajus.
Any questions for the committee?
I guess y'all don't want to talk to
Mr. Chairman,
so I think it's best we go ahead and shut down.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yes.
Representative Pittman, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just like for her to, say her phone number and email address so that we can contact her in the future if we want to support the princesses, or if she needs anything from us, we need her contact information.
We can send that out to the, as far as the contact to the committees, to the tribal council. We have that available.
Thank you.
Secretary,
No,
note
no.
that, please. And it's on the portal as well.
Chairman,
Representative Fixico?
I want to commend the girls for being out there on the holidays, appreciating the elderly people, and I think they did a good job just reaching out to us. There was things that was done, and they weren't mentioned, but still yet, they're trying, so, mado.
Okay, if there's no further questions, on behalf of the Executive Office, we always appreciate what the Princess Committee, as well as the representation of the princesses for the Seminole Nation, do as ambassadors for the tribe. And we send you an applaud at this time. Thank you very much.
Chairman? Chair?
Yes.
Yes, I was wondering, is there an event planned today for the princesses?
Yeah, you can make that announcement if you like. Somebody. Thank you.
We have a good event coming up tonight at Kanawha Elementary Gym, and it's our annual stomp dance. And you know, we really enjoy this because it brings back memories of yesterday of our traditional ways. And you know, the little ones are learning, but you know, they still got a long way to go, but one day they may be providing that we will be in existence in the future years. So if you want to come out and enjoy and have a little walking tacos, that'll be fine. 5 o'clock is supper. JOM of Kanawha is serving supper to the visitors. And of course we get to sneak in there, so just come out to Kanawha and we'll have a joyous night. But what you guys just did.
All right. Maro, thank you very much. As the council recognizes, we do have a full agenda today. We're still in the reports for the committees. What we will do is we will keep a watch on the time. So it's usually allowed up to 15 minutes, and we'll kind of keep a watch on that if there's several committees that's going to be called for at this time. So we're still in reports of committees. Does the council desire to hear from any specific committee at this time?
Yes, Chair. Representative McCoy.
Representative McCoy, you have the floor.
Yes, sir. Is gaming. SNGE.
Okay, SNGE, are you online with us this morning?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Is that you?
This is Robin Miller.
Robin Miller, okay. Representative McCoy, Robin Miller is on the line with us. She's a member of that board, SNGE.
Okay. Yes, sir. Chairman, Representative Hill and McCoy, we share the same connection. So actually, it's Representative Hill that would like to speak with the gaming board. Here you go.
Mr. Miller,
Yes, sir.
couple of questions, okay? Number one, do we have an acting general manager?
We actually have a gaming enterprise manager that we hired about 3 weeks ago. And that is it, that's tribal member Billy Archer.
Okay. Second question, is he still on the board as a general enterprise board member?
No, he resigned prior to accepting the position.
Okay, the last question I have, okay, to make it short, this, the chairman would like for us to. A couple of weeks ago, we had a big so-called snowstorm on Wednesday and Thursdays, which the Seminole Nation was shut down because of due to inclement weather, et cetera, okay? I understand all three casinos were open. Not only that, there were people that called in that could not make it to work because of the traffic. It was too dangerous to drive. However, I was told that someone from the gaming up in I-40 casino took the time to have security or maintenance personnel to go after the person. And is that true?
Yes, it is.
Okay, is there anything in writing? Anything indicates that the Seminole Nation, we have a guideline saying that every time we have inclement weather such as that we have personnel to leave their work section to go after personnel that cannot drive to make it to work.
Representative Hill, I am not sure, but what I will do is I will look for that policy and I will get back with you. If I can.
Okay. If you're not sure, we should have never allowed them people to go pick up personnel to come to work because, is it because we wanted to keep all three casinos open because we were so greedy that we have to make money? Because
No, sir. One of the things that we did do is we did a survey of the surrounding casinos. Number one of the things that we want to do is we want to remain open so that we can generate revenue. And one of the benchmarks that we used were the surrounding casinos, and all of the surrounding casinos were open. We did not require anyone to come in because we didn't want to endanger anyone's safety.
When a certain employee called and said that you have to come to work because we're going to go pick you up, and which they did, okay? My thing is this, okay? We're talking about lives, okay? If someone should be going to work by being picked up by another employee and something happens to that individual, we are going to be held liable. The whole Seminole Nation is, okay? So what I'm trying to say, we should have never left those three casinos open. I'm not concerned about the neighboring casinos that we have. We worry about ours first. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, sir. I will get back with you.
Chair.
I've seen Representative Fulbright's hand, I believe. Was that for a committee? Okay, then Representative Watkins, you have the floor.
I have a question for SNGE. I was coming down I-40, and it was late at night, and I do not see any lights or advertisement for the casino. There was only lights of the store. It seems like the store is overshadowing the casino. Unless you know that the casino is there, I believe it's, we're only getting customers coming to the casino that's in the county. So, you know, we're supposed to generate revenue. So I took pictures, and then when I got home, I noticed we're not getting the advertisement, I believe, off of I-40. So I would like for them to address how are we getting our customers from I-40 if we're not having some kind of advertising showing that there is a casino there.
Ms. Miller, did you hear the question by Representative Watkins?
Yes, about the lack of billboards on I-40.
It's either billboards or lighting around the casino, and I know Representative Watkins is a new representative, and the signage up at the casino has been an issue for some time.
An ongoing problem, yes. One of the things that we are looking at, and I've only recently been appointed to the board, had to do with the large sign outside of the casino. And I think the former gaming enterprise manager started the repair of that sign, and it's currently in process, and I think that will help the visibility from I-40. But the cost has been so expensive that the repair has been slow. So we are addressing that.
Any other questions for, okay,
When do you-
Representative Watkins?
When do you expect the repairs to be done?
As we got into the repair of the sign outside of the casino, I think the estimate now is $250,000 to repair the current sign. And that's the issue right now, is that cost. I think the Gaming Enterprise has spent close to $70,000, and the sign is not totally, well, obviously it's not visible. So we've got about another $180,000, and we're looking at doing the budget modification for the repair. So I would say, ma'am, I guess to answer your question, I would say in the next 3 months.
Thank you.
Any other questions for SNGE? Representative Gonzalez, you have the floor.
Our Ben has requested, we want information as to whether or not the position that Billy Archer now has, was that advertised? Thank you.
Ms. Miller, did you hear the question?
No, I did not. I did not hear that question.
She said, was the position that Billy Archer now has, was that advertised?
Yes, it was.
Could you tell me where it was advertised, for how long?
I think, I do believe that it was advertised for 2 weeks. I know that HR posted it on Indeed. I do believe that it was posted on the website. And I think that we had a total of 9 candidates for the position.
All right, thank you very much.
Representative Narkemy, I see the hand there, or the glove. You have the floor.
Okay, I was just going to compound on the thought brought forward by Representative Hill. I too have been in conversation with a few employees of at least 2 of the casinos, and they felt that some of them were under undue influence to show up for work on a day that they felt that by all means the casinos probably should have thought twice before opening that day. And I encourage the board and the management to weigh their options. I think winter's over for this year, but perhaps in the future, if there are conditions that there's any reason to think that our employees or even our customers could be at risk by showing up at our casinos, I would urge y'all to think cautiously before placing anyone in that kind of situation. Thank you.
I hear you, and I understand. Thank you.
And I do believe that they did modify the hours of operation. I believe that they opened up later, closer to the noon hour, and then they closed earlier. And weather was still inclement out, but they did try to make some kind of accommodations there. If there's no one else, Representative Coleman, you have the floor.
I would like to know, do we have a representative from the Veterans Committee that's on? Or the
Okay, let me ask if we're finished questioning with
Okay.
S&GE, and then we'll come back to that. Is that all the questions for S&GE at this time, the gaming enterprise? Ms. Miller, we appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Representative Coleman?
Do we have any representatives from the Veterans Committee?
Is there a representative from the Veterans Committee online with us this morning? Oh, okay, one's in person.
Very good.
Okay. If you would, Mr. Larney, go ahead and come up towards the front. They'll give you a microphone right here. Go ahead and approach the council.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. First of all, thank you for your service to our country. Welcome. I would like to know, has the final inspection of the Veterans Center been made by HUD yet?
First of all, no.
Have all specifications for work to be done been completed?
Well, we're trying to get into the building, but at this moment, we don't have the key for the building. Before we get in there, kind of clean up and get ready for the opening in May. So right now, we're just locked out.
Okay. What is the completed square footage of the center in comparison of the plan for a minimum of 4,000 square feet? Do you know how many square feet that we have upon completion of the construction?
At this moment, I don't know because I think Mr. Shaw was on top of that part.
What is the total construction cost of the building to date?
I put that part on. I don't really recall.
It's right up at the maximum amount, which is $1.8 million. It's just underneath that by about $60,000. Some of that is being utilized now on billing that has come in from A&E, as well as other billing on that particular project. As the council will recognize, on that particular project, it was half for the ICDBG grant, and then half was matched by the Seminole Nation.
Okay, thank you. Is this a turnkey facility as was planned with the refrigerator, dishwasher, range, microwave, projection, screens, sound system, reception, and display cases?
We don't have those items in the building yet.
Okay.
Also, they're supposed to have been in there when they got finished building it, but as far as I know, they haven't put it in.
Okay.
I have a correction, Representative Coleman. That was an $800 match by the tribal council, and the grant was about the same, so that would have been $1.6 million instead of 1.8. There's a lot of figures going in my head right now.
I can imagine. Now, where's the monument sign, parking, dumpster enclosure, high impact road, lighting, flagpoles, flags, honorarium gardens? Now, is those projects for the exterior of the building, is that in the planning process, or where are we on that?
Well, at this moment, it's more of a planning process because the building itself was skewed more west and it was supposed to be more east. And right now, the west side of the building is right there on the road. So we had plans to be changed for the flagpost to the east side because at the moment, the flagpost was on the west side, but that's to be right in the road.
Okay. Also, too, I noticed that in the application itself that the honorarium garden was supposed to have been on the south side of the building, and you have a septic tank there.
Yeah. Well, those things has changed because was planning on trying to run a sewer line from that building to their manhole sewer line on campus, but that didn't come out. So I guess they plan on put septic tank and lateral lines in for sewer lines.
Okay, okay. Do you know why the planned exterior placement of that white Coronado stone was replaced by siding on the building? I know that there was white Coronado stone that was planned to be placed in certain areas of the building, the exterior of the building. Now they have siding on there.
I don't know the reason on that because wasn't on the construction side of it.
Okay. Now, was the Department of Veterans Affairs required to make an inspection at any point to determine if the center met their construction requirements for a veteran center?
I don't think they do because they never did come in to final inspection on the cemetery yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
So I don't think they'll do that.
Okay. Do you have a detailed expenditure report to date from day one, whenever they started with
No,
this?
I don't. Because I wasn't privy to that.
Okay. So, it seems as though there's a number of things still remaining, so do y'all coordinate this with the Veteran Service Officer as to what works are remaining and plan as to what your projected date is? I just wanted to know, when is the planned opening date for the Veteran Center? When was it completed? Was it around June of last year, somewhere along there in the spring?
I think it's more or less towards the latter part of the springtime.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But like I said, it would have been a hard process trying to get everything in there because of the weather and stuff like that, all the rain weather we had last year.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Excuse me.
Stand at attention.
He said that is his final answer.
Okay, I noticed that we didn't have a report from the Veteran Service Officer for the program report, so I will go ahead and give the questions that I had for Mr. Shaw to our General Counsel and Secretary, so it could be sent out to him for his response.
Okay.
I certainly appreciate your being here to answer my questions.
All right.
Mado.
Representative Coleman, if you would CC me on any of those inquiries, then executive will get with procurement, get you some of those figures as far as some that pertain to expenses. Also, I think the term completed is not the proper term to use. Representing that it was completed in early spring of last year. We still don't have a current parking lot, but we are putting in a temporary parking lot. As far as the date we had a meeting with the Veterans Committee. It's been probably, 3 weeks ago, probably, maybe a month ago now because of all the weather and the sickness, I believe. And we were inside that building, took the tour of it, and then we got the ice storm. And I know there were some maybe requests for council to maybe tour it as well. Once that we get the temporary parking lot in, it'll be safer for everybody to walk a little bit. That was some of my concern. Someone may be falling or tripping. As far as some of the things that needs to still be done in the building, we will continue to put in the phone lines and the internet connections, which is not there at the moment. So it's not ready at this moment to open up or to assign keys to any particular individual at this moment. But if you'll do that, then and we'll get with procurement, get you some of those answers to those questions.
One more question. Do we have enough money to complete the projects remaining?
I don't know.
I'm sorry?
Do we have enough funds to complete the remaining projects in the $1.6 million?
It seemed like the last figure was, as I stated earlier, close to $60,000, which would be 30 on the federal side and 30 on the matching side. Every time something is spent, it's supposed to be geared like that. So much comes from here, some comes from here, and that's what I heard from procurement. So that's why I state that. So we will get those final figures. As far as everything to finish it up, we think that obviously the parking lot can't be finished with that kind of funding. We hope to put in a parking lot that's the cement parking lot with possible some of the with the transportation department actually. So it's on the tip. So they can't put a cement parking lot in there by the May, though, is what I understand.
Okay, it just seems as though that there was a tremendous amount of money spent, and we've almost spent $1.6 million, and that's why I was asking about the square footage of the building, because you have a building, if it was all spent on just the building, it really doesn't look like that costs that much.
Well, as I stated, we'll get those figures for you, which is a detailed expenditure from procurement. And as with a lot of projects, as time goes by, if they're not done at the time where the funds was appropriated, then sometimes material cost does go up, and it's happened with almost every CDBG or ICDBG project that the Seminole Nation has conducted over a series of the last 30 years. I'm not saying that's the same situation with this, but we'll take a look at the figures. I'll get them from procurement, and then we can come up with an analysis from that.
Thank you.
So Representative Fulbright, Gonzalez, and then Watkins. Representative Fulbright, is it still for another committee? Veterans, okay. Representative Fulbright, you had the floor, then Representative Gonzalez.
It has.
Yeah, it's still functioning. I mean, what you do is well, there's, and this is probably not the time to go into it, but there were a lot of reports that still needed to be done in a lot of areas of programmatic activities, and some programs, even besides this one, there were some issues in reporting. We are catching up on that reporting. We're just about there on the veterans as well. But in some program activities, there was whole grants that was suspended. Therefore, you had to go back and do some things with the agencies or the funding source to try to unfreeze those funds, and not specifically on the veterans, though, but on other program activities. So there's a lot of work in that area. If you're not getting your reports in, that you have to do.
Again, when did this project start?
This
what year?
project, actually, if you remember right, finding the match was a very difficult thing. I think when Representative, actually, when Mr. Shaw was on the council, the match came about then, and it came out of the $12.5 million settlement, if everybody will remember correctly. So it goes back to that period of time.
Which is?
Well,
what year? I think I'm just wanting to see.
I'm going to say
how many
around.
years did it take to do this, and it's still not done?
You know what? The council did not find matching monies till way late in the grant, and that doesn't excuse that it shouldn't be already done and open right now.
Right.
But there are always obstacles when you're dealing with transitions of administrations as well. So once that you get the monies, then you have to go through the bidding process and all that. So the bidding process wasn't done until about probably 17 maybe, in 2017, but the actual project started prior to that. I mean, it was approved, and we obtained the ICDBG grant at that time, and that was in Mr. Harjo's administration, I believe. Let's see. We're going to go in order, and then we'll get back to you. I believe it was Representative Gonzalez, Representative Watkins, and we're getting close to time as well.
I just wanted to let our executive office and Mr. Marty, you understand that there are a number of people that have donated memorabilia, artwork to the veterans, for the veterans. And my concern is maybe these items that have been donated to them, are they lost or are they in storage somewhere? You know, just want to make sure that they are properly being taken care of, because a lot of them are one of a kind or costly artwork that has been donated on behalf of the veterans. So I just am concerned about that. I'm also concerned about our veterans that are here that require assistance in anything, and they're not getting it from our nation, and they are going elsewhere to get assistance when we should be providing that here. I just hope that this improves for our tribal members. Thank you.
Okay, on the art, we've got some paintings and prints in the building right now that Mr. Shaw had collected. And also that we're planning on getting the names and year of what operation of theater that the veteran has served in. And we're having a meeting this Saturday, or not this Saturday, but next Saturday, to get all that information out here at the pavilion. And I know first amount of art and memorabilia that you speak of, that we haven't really seen any of that yet. Not in our possessions. But there's are a few art work and prints been donated. And at this time, we need to also get furniture inside the building to, for our grand opening in May, Memorial Day. We're looking at.
Representative Watkins, and then we're going to get ready to move on to another committee.
Okay. My question is, how many vehicles does the veterans have, and where are they parked, and is there a timeline that the vehicles should be parked at a specific time? Are they like from 8 to 5, or are they supposed to leave? Does the vehicles go home with the person in charge of the vehicle? And because it's been reported to me with a picture that that vehicle was taken to a specific place late at night, so you address that.
This, what we'll do with that question, Ms. Watkins, this is a committee address, so we can get you. We're not addressing personnel issues at this moment, but what we will do is get you an answer for that.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we know what the vehicle policy is, so we can explain that to you as well. Are there any other? All right. Now I want to remind everyone of the general rules of the General Counsel. When you speak once and you speak twice on a subject matter, but we'll be a little lenient today. Representative Coleman.
Just wanted to clarify something that in the minutes of the September 21st, 2017, that's when the tribal match was approved.
2017.
2017, because I came before the council and spoke on behalf of the veterans as a civilian, because I was familiar with the discussion that was being conducted. and I urge the council to approve the matching funds because of the obligations that we had not only to the funding agency but to our veterans.
The grant was originally received, though, during the Harjo administration, but the match came probably quite a bit later, because we was looking for it. Thank you. Thank you for that, Representative Coleman.
Okay.
One more and we'll close with.
Okay, also that, this is, we have lost a member, Barney Mitchell, who's one of our committee members. We lost him, which knocked us down. We only had 2 active members on the committee. We're just now getting a full committee back, and that's with Sam Wheeler and Alex Fish, and no. Yeah. And we are hoping to get a lot more meetings done and everything, and start getting everything together.
I will comment that the last meeting was a very productive meeting. That seemed to go well. Okay, we appreciate Mr. Larney, you being here today. Is there any other committees that the council wants to hear from at this moment?
CENDOC, please.
I saw Representative Watkins' hands first, and then Representative Cootie, you'll be second. Representative Watkins?
For CENDOC.
Division of Commerce, I believe that Mr. Guest is online with us this morning.
Here. I've got a question on the river mist, the driveway, the potholes. It's come to an issue again. I think it's been addressed before. When are we going to expect some gravel or this to be addressed? It's come up several times. It's an embarrassment to the nation. Seems like we can afford some kind of gravel or something there.
Are you talking about the interface with the freeway out in front?
Driveway.
Or more?
It's the driveway coming off of the highway, and it's also right there when you get gas.
Okay, right where we get gas, we'll repair that right away. I'll get Jason out there. Regarding where we exit the freeway, the ODOT has instructed us not to put gravel in there. So if there is still a pothole there, we'll have to go back with probably cement. But I'll get Jason to take care of that also.
Okay.
That is the main problem right there. Even when you get gas and then you go off the, trying to get onto the highway, there is a great big pothole right there. You just kind of like dip down in there. So any kind of help would be appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, we'll get it taken care of.
Representative Cootie?
ARPA, anybody from that department?
I'm sorry, I'm having a difficult time hearing. I got this barrier here.
ARPA? No.
Oh, can we see if there's any other questions for the Division of Commerce and then come back to that? Because right now we have Division of Commerce. Are there any other questions for the Division of Commerce? No other questions for the Division of Commerce at this time? Okay, Mr. Guest, we appreciate you being online with us this morning.
You're welcome.
Representative Cootie? Is that American Rescue Plan Act? No, there's not anyone there. It's not a department or anything, but we probably can answer your questions.
I do know that when they first started taking application, I called there and find out if they had received some people's application, and I was told that there was no way they could trace it to find out if they, got their application. So I'm wondering if these people haven't got their monies yet, is their application was sent in and wasn't, received or what? Because I don't know that, so I can't give them an answer.
They definitely can check to see if applications have been received. Obviously, when you start a undertaking like this, there are things that may happen unforeseen, but we have sent out nearly $31 million worth of checks to the Seminole tribal members. What I would ask them to do is contact the executive office so that we can relate that information to ARPA or take care of it ourselves right there at the executive office. And that would be the executive assistance number at 405-257. I'm saying this for anyone listening online as well. 405-257-7205. And I think between everybody that's within the nation, we definitely attempt to try to get those checks out to the people. But sometimes there is either technical difficulties or possible human error. And some of it's on behalf of the actual applicant as well. There may be incorrect address, incorrect information, possibly not even qualified because they may not be the custodial parent, and the custodial parent also sent in an application. And that's as far as I'm going to go with that, because there's so many different scenarios in this thing. We could be here all day speaking about it. But just have them contact us, and they're down to the point now that if someone contacts the executive office and we see that that person has sent an application and for whatever reason it hasn't been processed properly, then we try to expedite that on their behalf.
Okay, yeah, that was one of the things that they wanted to know, because there was no way they knew that if their application was, reached the office or was accepted or whatever, they had nothing. So that's why they wanted to find out. So I told them I'd find out. Thank you.
Wherever those difficulties may be, we try to intercede on behalf of our tribal members whenever we have the knowledge that that assistance needed, and we have many times. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other committees at this time? I don't see anybody in cyberspace, and well, we have one here. Representative Dethridge, you have the floor.
I don't know which department this would be, but I get, and I bet you 27 more council representatives have this same concern, and that is when you call 257-7200, you get this voicemail message that takes about 45 seconds to ask about the ARPA and this and that, and then push this number, and then you get nobody. That's who you get, is nobody. So is there any way that we can get real people to answer the phone when you dial 7200 instead of it going through this Ring Central or whatever it is? Because that system is non-functional.
Well, I think sometimes that it is truly non-functional, and that could be anything from the internet connection, because those phone lines and that whole system runs by the internet, even the telephone calls. So, at any given time that might happen. It's a brand new system that was purchased with funds from the CARES Act, a very expensive system. And I believe that just as these meetings here, if you've noticed, the council, especially the last two meetings, the meeting we had prior to this one, the communication has been better. Not as many howling dogs and so forth and that kind of thing, echoes in background. So the same thing we're addressing with that. There was some things in the area of licensing. A lot of times when you go from one technology to the next, maybe everything wasn't covered like that it should have been done, previously. We are taking care of those things. So we believe that eventually this system can be brought up to the point where it's actually a very user-friendly system. But we will, when we get back to the office Monday, we'll work with IT and see if the receptionist that is on duty can actually take the call and then transfer those calls to the department. Thank you, Representative Deathridge. So IT, take a note on that and let's work on that. I don't see anyone hand in cyberspace. Any other committees? If not, we're going to move on. Okay, there's no request for any other committees or questions for any other committees at this time, so we're moving on to new business. We're under new business, tribal ordinance 2022. Hello. Okay.
Sorry.
Do we see where that's coming from? I don't see it. Somebody's mic is not muted. Okay. We'll continue on with new business. TO 2022-01, a tribal ordinance of the Seminole, Representative Scraper. It has you there as the sponsor.
Yes, that was me who was on the line. TR 2022-101 is a tribal ordinance of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma amending the General Council Code at Title 16, Chapter 6, titled Confirmation of Committee Appointment of the Seminole Nation Code of Laws. Motion to accept, and I ask for a second.
There's a motion to approve or accept. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Second by Representative Gonzalez. We're in discussion.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Pittman, you have the floor.
Chairman, my question is, what are we trying to correct? Is there a gray area in how we do appointments now? What are we trying to clarify?
No, actually, this particular one is an ordinance change going from mileage for committees only to a stipend of $50. We're not on that subject matter yet. We're on.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions for this particular measure? If there's not, then Secretary, call the roll.
Leota Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkamy,
Yes.
Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards, Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Natalie Harjo, Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
Yes.
Charlie Hill,
Yes.
Tiffany Cully,
No.
Danita Harjo,
No.
Willis Dethridge,
No.
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
okay. I have a count of 24 yes, 3 no, 0 abstentions.
With a count of 24 yes and three no, 0 abstentions, I declare that TO 2022-01 has been approved. TR 2022-14, a tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving a one-time appropriation of $8 million from the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 funds to the Miccosukee Mission Water Infrastructure Development and Wastewater Management Systems Project. Entertain a motion to that effect.
And to approve?
Motion to approve by Representative Coleman, second by Representative Fixico. We are in discussion, and at this time, Assistant Chief Palmer will come to the front, and if you gentlemen will provide him a microphone for any questions on these ARPA resolutions. Representative Cootie, and then Representative Palmer, if, well, I still probably need to do it because there's folks in cyberspace, but Representative Cootie, you have the floor.
Thank you. My band wanted to table this, all these projects that are proposed. We're not against any of this because we know that we need it, but there is no justification attached to this project. So with that in mind, they asked me to table it until we can get some kind of projection or budget going with all the projects.
So with this resolution, as well as all the others, and with the past 3 ARPA projects, we've basically set a precedent as far as requesting an appropriation so that we can develop that program. All of these that are ARPA related are basically the same way. We don't know how much money we're going to, or the General Counsel is going to approve. So, and we don't have the capital right now to be able to develop, to present anything to council, because we don't have, the engineers on board. We don't have anybody in place that can allow, that we can pay to develop these. Until we get these appropriations, we're not going to be able to present anything to council that's tangible, that's going to detail the plans, because we just simply don't have the capability to do so.
Chief Palmer, and I didn't hear a second, and that's why Chief Palmer was allowed to speak. There is a motion to table.
I second it.
There's a second.
Where'd that second come from?
Charlie Hill.
Oh, okay, Representative Hill. So their
Yes.
discussion on it will cease at this time, and we'll go to the motion to table, because there's a motion to table and a second. Secretary, call the roll, and I just want to clarify that this is a motion to table all of the ARPA projects so that the council will understand what was asked by the motion. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Simpson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
No.
Rena Tiger,
No.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Dolores Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
No.
Ann Borba,
No.
Stephanie Lambert,
No.
Sina Yesla,
No.
Lottie Cootie.
No.
Oh, sorry. Lottie Cootie. Yes. Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
No.
Shirley Watkins,
No.
Natalie E. Harjo, Tiffany Thomas,
Yes.
Catherine McCoy,
Yes.
Charlie Hill,
Yes.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
No.
Desiree Emerton,
No.
Okay, I have a count of 15 yes, 12 no, 0 abstentions.
Okay, that, the motion to table, and the motion was not only to table this one, but it was to include all the ARPA projects that are presented this morning. So we're going to go all the way down to 24,
No, 23.
23. TR 2022 23. Representative Coleman. This is TR 2022-23. Representative Coleman.
A tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma General Counsel directing the Attorney General to investigate actions in entering into a Small Business Administration's Paycheck Protection Program, PPP loan agreement with First United Bank and Trust Company on May 4, 2020, on behalf of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, and to create a findings of fact and recommendations of further legal actions report for the General Counsel, and ask for a second.
Second.
Okay, there is a motion and a second.
Second.
Representative, where's that second come from? Was that Representative Watkins, Representative Coleman?
Mr. Chair?
We're in discussion.
Okay. As of this date, the Seminole Nation has not been notified of Small Business Administration's evaluation results for Paycheck Protection Program loan forgiveness application since it was initially electronically transmitted on January 4, 2021, and subsequent supplemental information requested. It has been 3 months since we passed Tribal Resolution 2021-49 on November 4, 2021, to extend our SBA Paycheck Protection Program, PPP loan agreements maturity date to May 7, 2025, with a remaining loan balance of $571,551.62, and making our monthly payments of $13,731.55 to First United Bank and Trust Company. We need to find out the facts surrounding the events that occurred in securing the PPP loan, obligating the Seminole Nation to repay the PPP loan, and expending the funds obtained. The SBA Paycheck Protection Program borrow application form was electronically submitted on May 7, 2020, which represented our tribal government, Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, as a tribal business, with a payroll of $734,195, and 221 employees for an ultimate loan request of $1,835,400 with an applicant ownership section completed with the tribal official identified as the owner with the title chief and signed by the tribal official as the authorized representative of applicant, Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, without the general council's knowledge and approval. Why the First United Vice President, Adam Baker, accepted a legal review of the tribal official's authority to execute the PP loan on behalf of Seminole Nation from White Rosette of Rosette Law. The law firm Rosette Law was not approved by the General Counsel as the Attorney General for the Seminole Nation. We need to find out all of the facts surrounding this loan transaction and expenditures, who, what, when, where, and how. We need to find out if any of the citations in our Constitution, Code of Laws, the Federal Procurement Regulations, and/or the SBA guidelines for the CARES Act PPP loan program and the PPP loan forgiveness were violated or enabled this tribal official to achieve this transaction unbeknownst to the General Counsel and without authorization from the General Counsel. For example, if the Attorney General finds that our Constitution was not specific in an area or our Code of Laws were not well defined, we need to take appropriate legislation to amend or create laws that are effective and enforceable. We must stop a repeat of unauthorized actions by any and all tribal officials. Our Constitution and Code of Laws make us accountable to our people, and we need to respect and comply with these laws.
Are there any discussion on this TR 2022-23? Any other discussion? Representative Petit, I see your hand there. You have the floor.
Yes, is the current Attorney General present?
She is.
Mr. Ball, there were several in my band wanted to know whether or not does the nation currently have a remedy in their civil codes that would address your findings should this resolution pass?
Could you repeat? You asked what about the civil codes? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
Okay. Does this nation have a remedy in their civil codes that would address your findings should this resolution pass?
So does the nation have a remedy in its civil codes to support an investigation or to support what might come out of the investigation?
I believe support what might come out of your investigation should this resolution pass.
Well, the Seminole Nation would need to follow its own code of laws as far as what happens with violations of the Constitution, what happens if the procurement laws have been violated, what happens if federal laws have been violated, and those might be different remedies. So could you ask me more specifically what you want to know, or? Yes, there would be remedies to address issues if they come out of this investigation. Yes.
I think my question was in regard to our civil codes. Have we adopted civil codes within our code of laws and our Constitution?
We have a code of laws that has civil codes addressed. I still am not quite understanding what you're asking. Are you asking about prosecution? Or are you asking how to remedy what's going on with the bank? Are you asking, which civil code are you asking about?
Well, I don't know yet because we haven't seen your findings.
Right.
Criminal will be a different issue. I think,
right.
Well, that would have to be addressed separately. But I was just wanting to know, under the civil codes, do we have anything adopted, within our civil codes to address what your findings may be. Because it's going to come back later should this resolution pass. And I just want to be prepared for it so that we can look that up too.
Well, normally under a civil code, there would be monetary remedies for things that would happen. That's what the civil code, that's what civil laws cover, is usually monetary remediation if there is a finding. You're asking specifically under the Seminole Nation Code of Laws, right? And not under state or
Yes.
federal? Okay.
Just the Seminole Nation Code, yes.
I believe there is a remedy where we could address this issue.
Thank you.
Chair, did you get my second to approve?
Yes, there's a motion and a second. That's why we're in discussion.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Pittman, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question is, if there is a violation discovered or there are findings that need to be reviewed, will the Finance Committee be allowed to review them as well so that we can prevent, well, we may not be able to prevent it, but so that we can identify what it looks like if there's a violation that has been discovered?
I don't see any problem with the Finance Committee, being that it was dealing with finances, at least from a review point of view, and to be informed about it if there was some things that were there from a perspective of finances.
Yes, sir. That would be my recommendation, to just put that request in the minutes.
Okay, it's noted. And, you know, there's a lot of hypothesis, you know, being stated right now. So it's just a motion and a second right now. So they're good questions, though, and good comments. Anyone else?
Thank you.
We're in the middle of discussion, and I'm asking if there's anyone else in cyberspace, or I don't see anyone in the.
Can we call for question?
Okay, yeah, I have to glance to see everybody. I see a hand, but that hand's being taken down, isn't it, Representative Pittman? Okay, thank you. Okay, I don't see anyone else. So a lot of times when you're in discussion, you can call for question, but when you're in the middle of discussion, it continues on. You don't just do it for the sake of cutting people off. Okay, and that's why I do that. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
Yes.
Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
No.
Leon Petit,
No.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Dolores Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
okay, I have a count of 21 yes, 6 no, 0 abstentions.
With a count of 21 yes, 6 no, and 0 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-23 to have passed. TR 2022-24, this is introduced by the Seminole Nation Development of Commerce. Is there someone online with us from the Division of Commerce?
Yes, but I think the sponsor is Mr. Petit.
Okay, that's not indicated here, but if that's fine. You make a motion to that effect? And read the resolution that you're sponsoring.
You're asking me to make the motion?
Yeah, just read the introduction as we normally do. TR 2022-24.
Okay, I'm sorry. A resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma General Council amending TR 2018-24 to allow the Seminole Nation Division of Commerce to negotiate and enter into a 20-year lease with the Indian Health Service on the property known as the Indian Health Services Building and the undeveloped property included within the Indian Health Services property/complex located in Wewoka, Oklahoma, and for the rental rate to be reviewed after 10 years.
Is there a second to that effect?
Second.
And Mr. Petit, yours was a motion, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Chair,
There's been a motion
that
and a
was-
second. Who was it that seconded that? I heard the voice.
As Representative Yesler.
Representative Jesslith. We're in discussion now, TR 2022-24. I see no hands either online or here in person.
I have a hand up.
Is that Representative Narcomi?
It is.
Okay, I still don't see your hand, but you're recognized. You have the floor.
Okay. I'd like to ask whoever is there for Sindoc, what is the current status of our lease right now?
Current status of what?
What is
The
the
lease.
He's asking what's the current status of the lease at this time?
It expired at the end of October of last year.
So how have we been working it since then?
We have been negotiating with the government, and we're in agreement on everything except the term of the lease. The government is demanding a 20-year lease.
I mean, because the lease ended last year, what provisions have been made to keep us open up to this point?
We've been going month to month.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay. And I'm familiar that the service unit and the IHS is they would like a long-term lease. And what has been the major blockages to that in recent times? Because I know this is an old issue. This has been discussed since the last time I was on this board. Since I was previously on the board a few years back. This has been an ongoing issue. What has been the major blockage to negotiating a long-term lease?
From our side, we wanted the opportunity to review the rate on a more frequent basis. From their perspective, they've only got 2 lease contracting officers that cover the entire country. They said that they just do not have the opportunity or the manpower to review leases on a shorter-term basis. So we agreed to settle on a 20-year deal with the opportunity to review the rate after 10 years.
Okay. Thank you very much, then.
You're welcome.
Representative Watkins?
Is maintenance included in this lease?
Some maintenance is. We maintain the shell of the building, including the HVAC units. They are taking over most of the maintenance on the inside.
Most of the maintenance, what does that, can you be specific in that?
Okay, so pretty much everything that doesn't include the shell of the building. So we've got the walls, the roof, and the HVAC units. They've got pretty much everything else.
Okay, thank you.
If there's no further questions, there's a motion and a second on the floor. I do have one question from the chair. Is this Mr. Guest who's been speaking? I believe that it is. On the proposed lease, 20-year lease, does that include any additional additions that may forthcoming in planning? Or is it just the existing lease as the campus sets at the moment?
This particular lease is just for the existing clinic. However, we have agreed that this will be the prototype for the 10,000 square foot expansion and parking lot.
Okay, thank you. Okay, if there's no further questions, and I don't see any hands up either way. Secretary, call the roll.
Leota Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narcome,
Yes.
Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey, Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Dolores Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
Yes.
Charlie Hill,
Yes.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
I have a count of 26 yes, 1 no, 0 abstentions.
Repeat that for me again, would you please?
26 yes, 1 no, 0 abstentions.
Okay, with a count of 26 yes, one no, and 0 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-24 to have passed. TR 2022-25, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma appointing Karen Fulbright to the Constitution Revision Committee and Ann Borba as the alternate appointee.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Representative Coleman,
A second.
second by Representative Watkins. No hands for discussion. Secretary, call call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narcome,
Yes.
Rena Tiger, Rena Tiger,
Abstain?
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
Abstain?
Catherine McCoy,
Abstain?
Charlie Hill,
Abstain?
Tiffany Cully,
No.
Danita Harjo,
No.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
I have a count of 20 yes, 3 no, 4 abstentions.
With a count of 20 yes, 3 no, and 4 abstentions, I declare that TR 2022-25 have passed. TR 2022-26, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving the appointment of Shirley Watkins to the Seminole Nation Trust Fund Management Board. Entertain a
Motion to approve.
motion to approve by Representative Coleman, second by Representative Fulbright. I see no hands for discussion. Discussion at this moment? TR 22-26. I see none. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Abstain.
Anthony Conley,
Abstain.
John Narcome,
Abstain?
Rena Tiger,
Abstain?
Anastasia Pittman,
Abstain.
Terry Edwards,
Abstain.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
No.
Delois Harjo,
No.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes. Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
No.
Sina Yesla,
No.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
Yes.
Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
No.
Desiree Emerton,
No.
I have a count of 12 yes, 9 no, 6 abstentions.
Okay, with a count of 12 yes, 9 no, 6 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-26 to have passed. TR 2022-27, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma confirming the appointment of Desiree Emerton to the Seminole Nation Personnel Board. Entertain a motion to that effect. Motion by Representative Dethridge,
Second?
second by Representative Coleman. Any discussion? I see no hands. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Abstain?
Anthony Conley,
Abstain.
John Narkemy,
Abstain.
Rena Tiger,
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman,
Abstain?
Terry Edwards,
Abstain.
Nancy Fixico. Ida Gonzalez. Tamara Downey,
No.
Leon Petit,
No.
Joseph Billy,
No.
Delois Harjo,
No.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sini Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Abstain?
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Natalie Harjo, Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
I have a count of 13 yes, 7 no, 6 abstentions.
With a count of 13 yes, 7 no, and 6 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-27 to have passed. TR 2022-28, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma confirming the appointment of Ella Coleman to the Seminole Nation Personnel Board. I entertain a motion to that effect.
I make a motion.
Motion made
Second.
by Representative Watkins, seconded by Representative Lambert. Any discussion? I see no hands. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
Abstain.
Rena Tiger,
Abstain?
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes?
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
No.
Leon Petit,
No.
Joseph Billy,
No.
Delois Harjo,
No.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sini Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Abstain?
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
No.
come on, Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
No.
Danita Harjo,
No.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
have a count of 14 yes, 10 no, 3 abstentions.
With a count of 14 yes, 10 no, and 3 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-28 to have passed. TR 2022-29, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma confirming the appointment of Gwen Rice to the Seminole Nation Personnel Board. Entertain a motion to that effect.
Motion to approve, sir.
Motion by Representative Coleman. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Where'd that come from?
That was Representative Cully.
Representative Cully seconded it. So there's a motion and second. Any discussion? Seeing no hands raised, Secretary, call the roll.
Leota Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
Abstain.
Rena Tiger,
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman, Anastasia Pittman, Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
No.
Leon Petit,
No.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Yes.
Are you throwing your voice, Joseph? No, thank you.
No,
I think she talked over me.
Yeah, I know, we're teasing you.
I'm sorry, it was stuck and I couldn't get it off mute. I'm so sorry.
Yes, yes, what was your vote, Representative Pittman?
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
what was that? Could you repeat that?
Yes.
Okay. Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Abstain.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
Okay, I have a count of 18 yes, 6 no, 3 abstentions.
With a count of 18 yes and 6 no and 3 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-29 to have passed. TR 2022-30, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma confirming the appointment of Karen Fulbright to the Seminole Nation Personnel Board. Entertain a motion to that effect. Representative
Motion to
Coleman.
approve.
Representative.
Motion to approve.
Oh, motion to that effect.
I
Motion by, motion by Representative Coleman. Second by Representative Watkins. No discussion. I see no hands. Any discussion? TR 2022-30. I see no hands. Secretary, call the roll.
Leota Sampson, Leota Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy, John
Abstain.
Narkemy,
Abstain.
Rena Tiger,
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards. Yes. Nancy Fixico. Yes. Ida Gonzalez. Yes. Tamara Downey.
No.
Leon Petit.
No.
Joseph Billy.
Abstain.
Delois Harjo.
Abstain.
Karen Fulbright.
Yes.
Ann Borba. Ann Borba.
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert.
Yes.
Sina Yesla.
Yes.
Lottie Cootie. Andrea Scraper.
Abstain.
Ella Coleman.
Yes.
Shirley Watkins.
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas.
No.
Catherine McCoy.
No.
Charlie Hill.
No.
Tiffany Cully.
No.
Danita Harjo.
No.
Willis Dethridge.
Yes.
Desiree Emerton.
Yes.
Okay, I have a count of 14 yes, 8 no, 5 abstentions.
With a count of 14 yes, 8 no, 5 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-30 to have passed. TR 2022-31, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma confirming the appointment of Tiffany Cully to the Seminole Nation Personnel Board. I entertain a motion to that effect.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Representative Coleman. Second.
Second.
Second by Representative Harjo. Any discussion? I see none. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson.
No.
Anthony Conley.
No.
John Archemy.
Abstain.
Rena Tiger.
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman.
Abstain.
Terry Edwards. Nancy Fixico.
Yes.
Ida Gonzalez.
Yes.
Tamara Downey.
Yes.
Leon Petit.
Yes.
Joseph Billy.
Yes.
Delois Harjo.
Yes.
Karen Fulbright.
Yes.
Ann Borba.
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert.
No. No.
Sina Yesla.
No.
Lottie Cootie. Andrea Scraper.
Abstain.
Ella Coleman.
Yes.
Shirley Watkins.
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas.
No.
Catherine McCoy.
No.
Charlie Hill.
No.
Tiffany Cully.
Yes.
Danita Harjo.
Yes.
Willis Dethridge.
Yes.
Desiree Emerton.
Yes.
I have a count of 15 yes, 7 no, 5 abstentions.
With a count of 15 yes and 7 no, 5 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-31 to have passed. TR 2022-32, and before we go on to this particular tribal resolution, I know there was a lot of questions, on that particular item of the last 5 appointees. I would encourage all tribal council representatives to read the codes of laws whenever you have questions. see if there's some clarity within the code of laws on any of those areas. And I would suggest you do that prior to contacting the Attorney General, because if she has to answer for what you should already know, we get charged for that. So I'll just encourage each and every one of you to do your due diligence as far as the codes are concerned, and I would appreciate that. TR 2022-32, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma confirming the appointment of Dina Tiger Clare to the Princess Committee. Motion to that effect by Representative Fixico, second by Representative Fulbright, and this will be to fill the position of the interim, which is Miss Bernita Whitekiller. Bernita's daughter is obviously the junior miss, so there's some policy that had to be dealt with, and that's why this appointment is coming forth in this fashion. So there's a motion and there's a second. Is there any discussion? I see none. Secretary, call the roll.
Leota Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narcomi,
Abstain.
Rena Tiger,
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman,
Abstain?
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Dolores Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie. Can you repeat that? Okay. Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
Yes.
Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
I have a
May I-
count, I have a count of 22 yes, 2 no, 3 abstentions.
I would like to change my abstention to yes.
We already finalized the call. If we would have acknowledged it before that, we could have changed it. But we'll note that as well in the minutes, so
Okay, thank you, because I had my hand up, but
I understand.
thank you.
What's the
I'll
final
repeat
count?
it.
Yeah, the count.
22 yes, 2 no, 3 abstentions.
That was 22, right?
22 yes,
And 3 abstentions?
yes.
20, with a count of 22 no,
22 yes,
20, I stand corrected, 22 yes, 3 no, 3 abstentions. Chair declares TR 2022-32 to have passed. TR 2022-33, a tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma confirming the appointment of Stephanie Lambert to the Seminole Nation Roads Committee.
I make a motion to approve.
A motion to approve by
Second.
Representative Fixico, seconded by,
Second. Yes, look.
is that Representative Watkins coming to the mic? I hear somebody. Oh, is that Representative Gonzalez?
I made the motion to approve.
yes you did, Watkins.
Oh, Watkins made the motion.
This
to
is
approve.
Cena. I second it online.
Oh, okay, I hear you.
I have Watkins as the first and Fixico second.
Okay, we have, as far as the council secretary has said, she has Watkins coming out with the original motion to approve and Fixico on a second. And then you came online, Representative Genslet. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
is there any discussion? I see no hands. Secretary, call the roll.
Leota Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
Abstain.
Rena Tiger,
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman, Anastasia Pittman, I know. Representative Pittman,
Okay.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Anita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
I have a count of 20 yes, 4 no, 2 abstentions.
With a count of 20 yes and 4 no and 2 abstentions, Chair declares TR 222-33 as affirmed and passed. TR 2022-34, Tribal Resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, confirming the appointment of Kent Dow to the Seminole Nation Roads Committee. Entertain a motion to that effect. Motion by Representative Fulbright, second by Representative Lambert. Any discussion? Seeing none, no hands raised. Secretary, call the roll.
Leota Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
Abstain.
Rena Tiger,
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
No.
Danita Harjo,
No.
Willis Dethridge,
No.
Desiree Emerton,
No.
Okay, I have a count of 17 yes, 8 no, 2 abstentions.
With a count of 17 yes, 8 no, and 2 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-34 to have passed. TR 2022-35, a tribal resolution, and this is, has introduced by the Finance Committee. Ms. Representative Scraper, do you want to bring this forward? Representative Scraper says introduced by the.
It takes,
Yes.
yeah, it takes a minute for the camera to come on and the mic to come on, so I'm here.
Okay, TR 220, TR 2022-35.
It's a bill, tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving the FY 2020 ITBC Herd Development Grant Program budget and incorporation of said budget in the FY 2020 comprehensive budget and authorizing appropriation. Ask for to be accepted and approved, and a second, please.
There's been a motion to accept and approve by Representative Scraper, seconded by Representative Gonzalez. Any discussion on this? Representative Dethridge.
Yes, sir. I was asked by my band to make certain that that we realize that we're not violating our Constitution at Article 5, Powers of the General Council, Section C, to prevent the sale, disposition, lease, or encumbrance of any land or interest in land belonging to the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma or reserved for the benefit of such nation. Also D, to manage and lease or otherwise deal with tribal lands and communal resources in accordance with the law. Just to make certain that we're not authorizing any further things other than what is said right here.
Yeah, right now, only that little small grant that's there is for the purpose of surveying and putting up a fence according to the grant. The council had formally addressed, the property south of Miccosukee Mission for the potential possibility of herd development of buffalo. So,
Chair?
I know that it says 570 acres, and that's what you're concerned about, isn't it?
Chair?
Yes.
It's 570 acres. Do we know exactly where this is located? I mean, other than south of the mission?
Do we know where this land is located?
That's 570 for 1,200 acres, and 570 of it, I kind of want to know where that park is.
It's all congruent to one another. It's a total of 1,300 acres.
I mean, we don't have a topo map showing exactly where this...
Where the fence is going?
Yeah.
I think what they described in the grant was they were going to start on the north side of the total property, which would be along that county road where that property begins. And I can't bring to my attention what east-west road that would be. It's about a mile down, I think, from here. But it's something I think the former council has, addressed as far as approving to be a part of the board for that Buffalo organization. And then I believe that they had, this is my memory because I wasn't the chief at the time, but I'm trying to think that it was, they were supposed to come back to us if the land was adequate, seemed like. If that's the last, does any of the council remember that we went ahead and approved it for the Division of Commerce to utilize that property? Mr. Petit?
Mr. Gibb, I believe, is still here, and I remember reading a resolution in 2018 about this, and I believe they still are at the, they haven't done the control burn yet, and that was in 2018, the last time they brought this about, talking about this. So if he was here earlier, he's not on here now, I don't see him.
Think Representative Petit, are you still with us?
Yes, I was trying to find that resolution where the council had approved the approximately 570, 580 acres of land, but I can't, it's the northern portion, and as yourself, I'm not sure what that county road is that enters it, but
if you'll give us just a moment, Council Secretary is trying to look up that particular resolution. Well, she is now, she said.
What is that link, council.com? What is it? The portal? He's already in the portal. You can look it up real fast.
Can you look up that? We have a motion and second, and we'll do some clarification here. I appreciate your patience.
Chair, I believe it's TR 2020-47.
We're going to read that resolution and see what the context of it is. Just a moment. The council secretary has it. Did you hear what he said it was? No. Well, repeat that, Mr. Petit, what you said it, believe that it is.
TR 2020-47.
2020-47. If you want to hand that to me, I can read it over the microphone. Okay, it has been found, that particular resolution that references the 570 acres. Let me go ahead and read it in its full context so that the general counsel in the gallery can also hear. I'm not 100% what the context is going to be, but it was TR 2020-47. I'm going to slightly take my mask off so that everyone can understand clearly. A tribal resolution of the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma authorizing Seminole Nation Division of Commerce to investigate certain land for the Intertribal Buffalo Council program and improving use of such land upon a finding of suitability. And I want you to see that the terminology in here is use. It's not assigning the land as far as ownership in the particular TR 2020-47. It continues to read, be it resolved by the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, whereas the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, the nation, is federally recognized by the Secretary of Interior as a Native American tribe for the purpose of government-to-government relations, as evidenced by publication. Indian entities recognized and eligible to receive services from the United States Bureau of Indian Affairs, 83 Federal Regulation 4235, January 30th of 2018. And whereas Article 5 of the Seminole Nation Constitution empowers the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma to promote health, education, and such other activities that may contribute to the social and economical advancement of the members of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. And whereas the General Council previously authorized Seminole Nation membership in the Intertribal Buffalo Council, ITBC, through Tribal Resolution 2019-62, and designated the Seminole Nation Division of Commerce to administer the ITBC program. And whereas the Seminole Nation supports economic development opportunities through utilization of bison, and whereas the Seminole Nation Division of Commerce desires access to approximately 570 acres of the northern piece of the land located approximately 2 miles south of Miccosukee Mission for the ITBC to investigate suitability for raising bison, and if the land is found to be suitable, the authorization to use the land to fence and graze bison. Now therefore be it resolved that the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma hereby authorizes Seminole Nation Development I'm sorry, I'm going way back in time. Seminole Nation Division of Commerce through the Intertribal Buffalo Council program to investigate approximately 570 acres of the northernmost piece of the land located approximately 2 miles south of the Miccosukee Mission for suitability for raising bison, and if found to be suitable, authorizes Seminole Nation Division of Commerce to fence and graze bison of land. Be it therefore that SINDOC will assume all financial responsibility for fencing the land and for the grazing of the bison. Further resolved that the rights granted to SINDOC regarding the approximately 570 acres do not include the right of ownership, the right of lease, or the right to encumber the land, or moreover, SINDOC is prohibited from transferring the land rights granted to SINDOC to any other party or agency. This passed and approved by the General Council of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma on the 5th day of September 2020 at Miccosukee Mission south of Seminole, Oklahoma by a vote of 12 yes, 7 no, 0 abstaining, and a quorum of 15 council representatives being present. It is certified by then Principal Chief or Chief of the Seminole Nation, Greg P. Chelcoat, and attested by the current and then Council Secretary Valentina Tiger. I'm going to hand this over to the Attorney General. There's a lot of wording in there. I think probably that's exactly what the council did in 2020 with some of those words, but you know, she's our legal. And once again, thank you for your patience.
So, Miko, then with this TR 2022-35, are we saying that this 570 acres was found suitable to raise buffalo? Because
I
if
think
it
with
says
that,
it was suitable, then we're going to survey it.
I think they're surveying it for purposes of development of it. But let her answer the legal question, because there was a lot of legal jargon written in that resolution at the time.
I don't want to put the AG on the spot and give us an impromptu.
No, I can almost
AG's
interpret that
opinion
for
here.
you, and I'm not an attorney.
Okay.
So she, with her experience, should be able to clarify that for you here today.
The way the resolution reads, I do not believe it would violate the Constitution as SINDOC. No other entity would own the real estate. It's just being used by them for the benefit of the nation, and therefore I do not believe it violates the Constitution on the legal issue.
Now, there's a lot of language in that resolution, and then in the title of that resolution, that basically what the council did is told them to go find it suitable, and if you find it suitable, then you know you can build a fence and graze some buffalo on it. But is that what it says, Attorney General? Pretty much in a nutshell.
I believe so, but I do not have an answer for whether it's appropriate to do the fencing or the survey or what's happening to do.
No, we don't know.
Okay, now, all of this said, this $22,645 was supposed to have gone into FY 2020, and it was supposed to have been completed by that fiscal year. So that would have been 2021, and they didn't do it, and now we've received the money. So have they asked for an extension to the process?
Yes, they did, and that was given to them. It's kind of one of those pass-through type small little grants. It is the Bureau of Indian Affairs grant. So the way that it works is all invoices will come through the Seminole Nation to be verified and entered into our MIP system, and then paid out to the Division of Commerce for the surveying and the fence. So are we clear on that the Division of Commerce, by that resolution that I just read, that there was a lot of language in there, you know, and I'm going to, if the council will, permit, Tutska Harjo, your band chief, I know, is one that knows, and most likely raised the question, you know, at your band. Rodney, did you want to speak on any of this? Because if he requests and you
Yes,
just
I would like Rodney to interject some more facts here.
Okay, and that's the way the rule of order is that the representative ask one of his band members to speak on this behalf. Is there any objection to that? Any objection? Okay, if there's no objection, Mr. Factor, you have the floor here at this council.
As far as us getting into the Boston
Mr. Factor,
program.
don't mean to interrupt you, but you can come forward now since there was no objection. And
I figured everybody could hear me there.
yeah, address the council. They probably want to get you on camera.
Okay, what I was saying is that I knew that the council had approved that, and we had supported that getting into the bison program, and my understanding that once they identified land that they wanted to utilize, then they were going to come back to the council for approval of that particular land. That's the way it's supposed to be done. And because the council is the one that has authority over our lands and to the usage of that land. And we asked that clearly at that time. I know that question was asked that, well, once you locate the land, then will it come back to the council for final approval? And they said that it would. And so they're identified already that northern part of that acreage. So I guess they did what they said, you know, as far as I know, but that was the question. I mean, you know, is that once the land was identified, did you as a body pass that legislation to allow the usage of that land? What they had first asked is that they be allowed, I thought it was 500 acres, but 500 acres to utilize for bison, and we had 1,300 acres over there. So that's why they were saying that, well, once you identify the 500 acres that you want to use, then bring it back to the council so the council can approve of that or not. But that was the question, did they do that? So I guess this resolution answers that, doesn't it?
Well, I kind of concur with you because the last time I remember from my memory is that it was going to come back for final approval, but when they approved this particular resolution, it had it all involved within the context of the resolution. So the dialogue of the day was a little different than the reading of that resolution. Yeah. That's what it appears to me to be, but.
All right, that's all, that was our concern, you know.
Okay.
Go.
Uh-huh. All right, we're back to the original motion. Is that clarification for everybody enough? Representative Watkins?
Chair, I just want to repeat that resolution you just read, that number.
Okay, that's TR 2022-35. Oh, the one, what's it say there? TR 2020-47. Council Secretary can send that out to everybody, or place it on the portal so they can.
It's on there.
I know it's on there at this moment. The old one we just read.
Yeah, that's where you were reading off of.
Yeah, I know it, but they may not know how to find it and go back into the history unless, because it's not user-friendly. In IT, we're going to get that user-friendly so folks can find stuff a little bit more simpler, okay? Because even when I go looking for stuff, I have to scroll through 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, and I've just wasted 45 minutes trying to find one thing sometimes. Okay, we're back to the original motion. Is everybody clear on the explanation? Okay, we're going back to the question then. Motion and second on the floor. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
Yes.
Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert, Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
Yes.
Catherine McCoy,
Yes.
Charlie Hill,
Yes.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton.
Yes.
I have a count of 27 yes, 0 no, 0 abstention.
With a count of 27 yes and 0 no and 0 abstentions, I declare TR 2022-35 to have passed. TR 2022-36, and I know it's past the lunch hour, but we only have a few resolutions left. So we're going, if it's the council's wish, we can push on through this. Representative Fulbright?
Would it be a problem if we combine 36, 37, and 38 to approve?
These are all comprehensive budget. They are the grants that came to you. You've viewed them at the last council meeting. Most likely you viewed them again with the actual accommodating budgets. So she's asking if the council can approve all three of these from TR 2022-36 to TR 2022-38 at one time. Sometimes when you do things like that, some bands voted differently on each one. I don't know that to be true, but does the council want to vote in that way or continue voting on them individually?
If I may suggest, Andrea Scraper here, if we can combine, or leave 36 separate and combine 37 and 38, because they are both under the language program.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Pittman, you have the floor.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question would be, if we combine those last two resolutions, will there be ample time for the discussion of them separately?
Yeah, with some bands voting one way on some and some on others, let's just keep pushing through, okay? That would probably be the best thing to do. And then if there's discussion to be had, discussion can continue at that time. So TR 2022-36, since there was no motion to the effect of either one of those suggestions, TR 2022-36, a tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving the fiscal year 2022 A&A language grant budget and an incorporation of said budget into the FY 2022 comprehensive budget and authorizing appropriation. Entertain a motion to that effect. Motion by Representative Fulbright, seconded by Representative Lambert. Is there any discussion on TR 2022-36? Seeing no hands at this time, Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
Yes.
Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
Yes.
Catherine McCoy,
Yes.
Charlie Hill,
Yes.
Tiffany Cully,
Abstain.
Danita Harjo,
Abstain.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
I have a count of 25 yes, 0 no, 2 abstentions.
With a count of 25 yes, 0 no, and 2 abstentions, Chair declares TR 2022-36 to have passed. TR 2022-37. Representative Scraper.
A tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving the FY 2022 DOE Innovative Approaches to Literacy Budget and incorporation of said budget in the FY 2022 budget and authorizing appropriation. Motion to accept and approve and ask for a second.
Motion by Representative Scraper, seconded by Representative Gonzalez. Any questions or discussion on TR 2022-37? I see none. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narcome,
Yes.
Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
Yes.
Catherine McCoy,
Yes.
Charlie Hill,
Yes.
Tiffany Cully,
Abstain.
Danita Harjo,
Abstain.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
$25 yes, 0 no, 2 abstentions.
With a count of 25 yes, 0 no, 2 abstentions, Chair declares TR 2022-37 to have passed. TR 2022-38, Representative Scraper.
A tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma approving the FY 2022 Oklahoma Humanities ARP grant budget and incorporation of said budget in the FY 2022 comprehensive budget and authorizing appropriation. Make a motion to accept and approve and ask for a second.
Motion to accept and approve by Representative Scraper, seconded by Representative Gonzalez. Any discussion or questions on TR 2022-38? Seeing no hands raised, Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narcome,
Yes.
Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards, Nancy Fixico. What was that? Ida Gonzalez, Tamara Downey, Yes. Leon Petit,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Delois Harjo,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
Yes.
Charlie Hill,
Yes.
Tiffany Cully,
Yes.
Danita Harjo,
Yes.
Willis Dethridge, Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
I have a count of 26 yes, 1 no, 0 abstentions.
With a count of 26 yes, 1 no, and 0 abstentions, Chair declares TR 2022-38 to have passed. TR 2022-39, a tribal resolution of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma appointing Alvina Coker as Assistant Treasurer of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. Entertain a motion to that effect.
I make a motion.
Motion by Representative Watkins, seconded by Representative Fixico. We're in discussion or questions?
Chair, I have a question.
Is that Representative McCoy?
It is.
Yes, Representative McCoy, you have the floor.
Chair, in your capacity as the executive, I believe I asked the General Counsel Secretary for your response. I actually asked for the executive office, so either you or the Assistant Chief could respond to my inquiry that I posed this week about whether the appointee will hold both positions and be compensated for both.
Obviously, that can't be allowed by tribal law because the treasurer and the assistant treasurer are officers of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. So that's the answer. It's kind of...
Okay, next, would you just kindly respond next time that the inquiry is posed? Thank you.
Okay, is there any other discussion? What was your last response there? I didn't catch that. Something about a post or something?
Next time, would you just respond as in reply to the email, please?
Okay. Appreciate the comment, Representative McCoy. No other discussion? No other questions? Secretary, call the roll.
Leah Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narcomi,
Abstain.
Rena Tiger,
Abstain.
Anastasia Pittman,
Yes.
Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Nancy Fixico, yes. Ida Gonzalez, yes. Tamara Downey,
No.
Leon Petit,
No.
Joseph Billy,
No.
Delois Harjo,
No.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yesla,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie, Andrea Scraper,
Yes.
Ella Coleman,
Yes.
Shirley Watkins,
Yes.
Tiffany Thomas,
No.
Catherine McCoy,
No.
Charlie Hill,
No.
Tiffany Cully,
No.
Danita Harjo,
No.
Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton,
Yes.
okay? I have a count of 15 yes, 10 no, 2 abstentions.
With a count of 15 yes, 10 no, and 2 abstentions, Chair declares TR 2022-39 to have passed. I just want a clarification on this. I did inform if the nomination was confirmed by the council, HR will be sending out a recruitment as of Monday morning for that position of the executive assistant. So, no, she does not hold 2 positions, nor will she be paid for 2 positions. Also, I want to just bring to the attention of the council, it has been a practice of the last 4 years to do extensions annually to be able to deal with the loans that the Seminole Nation has on the Phillips property, and the language is the same as it has been in the original document, and with the last 4 years signed by Chief Chelco as well. So I'm just going to inform you that we have an extension for that, and that executive will be signing that extension. So that's for your information. Okay? All right. With no, can we do this, because I wanted to do this a while back. Can we just have, before we close with prayer and adjournment, can we have just a brief moment of silence? We had a council representative, long tenured council representative, that left this walks of life weeks back, and he was the representative for Tallahassee Band for many years, and that's Mr. Curtis Factor. So if we could just for a moment give a moment of silence in both his memory and also for his commitment and dedication to the service of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma for the Tallahassee Band. So if we can give a moment of silence at this moment, it would be appreciated. Thank you. Representative Coleman, can you dismiss this as prayer? Is there any opposing to adjournment after prayer is concluded? There's no more business of the nation on the current agenda. Mrs. Coleman?
Thank you. I'll be honored to.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Representative Pittman?
Thank you. I'm sorry. Did we have announcements?
It's not on the agenda, but we can allow an announcement.
Okay, just very briefly, the Seminole Nation Museum is having some displays for the Freedmen bands in honor of Black History Month, and they will be up for a couple of more weeks. So if anyone wanted to see what those displays look like, they will be featured at the Seminole Nation Museum for the next couple of weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Pittman, for that announcement. Representative Coleman?
His agrimasi burke hawilay gechad. Wachanita haram bombalita man madojigeji dos. Na goftidochi nakumolgan man getlechin ayun at ashes poibet. O stongon holin hayun naka hayun Seminole taka moen nakayad. Man madojigeji dos. Hada isti nokagates man inokidjugudes man lemharad hada injugudes wakagibad mo jaijitin moya manejagitin ajifik naganad man nabukan manchin hayedos. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for the blessed day that You have given us, the gift of life, Heavenly Father. We thank Thee for Your blessings upon the Seminole Nation and the business that we have taken care of today. But we have much more business to take care of in the days ahead, and those items that were tabled, Heavenly Father. Let us go home and think about these things, about what was tabled, Heavenly Father, and that these are for the future generations and sustainment of our people, Heavenly Father. And I pray that Thou will bless each and every one of us, and that as we go out into this world, protect us all from this illness that is circulating among us, Heavenly Father. And also protect us from evil forces seen and unseen, Heavenly Father. And also pray for those abroad, people of Ukraine, Heavenly Father. They're really having a tough time right now, and that they're doing their best to protect their homeland, just like we did here years ago. So I just pray that that would be with them. Give them grace, O Heavenly Father, and the courage and the strength to continue on. And that thou would watch over your men and women of armed forces abroad and those that may be sent over, Heavenly Father. We just pray that the President of the United States and others will make the right decisions in the best interest of all. I ask that thou would bless our veterans and those our tribal members that are serving in the armed forces, Heavenly Father. I just pray for all that have problems, whether it's financial, spiritual, or health problems. I pray that thou will grace them with your favor, Heavenly Father, for healing and comfort and strength for those that have lost their loved ones. And as we leave this building, Heavenly Father, the sacred building of where our decisions are made for our future, I pray that thou will be with each and every one that leave here, and that thou will give them traveling mercies, Heavenly Father. In Jesus' holy name I pray and thank thee. Amen.
Amen. No objections to adjournment. We stand adjourned, but I just want to make this note before. I want to thank the IT department, communications department, as well as the language department. They did a good job today on the meeting, and the technology is getting better the last two meetings. And just want to, matter of fact, applaud them for their getting it done. It's sounding a lot better last couple of meetings.